Let's look at this question on chemistry. A hydrocarbon Z with molecular mass 78 on combustion gave 3.385 gram of carbon 4 oxide and 0.692 gram of water. Determine the molecular of Z and name the structural formula. Do not go straight to start solving empirical formula because you come across structural formula, molecular formula. First of all, look at the equations. We have carbon 4 oxide there and we have water. You need to get the mass of hydrogen in Z and mass of carbon in Z. Solution. Mass of hydrogen in Z equals to molar mass of hydrogen is 18. Hydrogen, atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. 1 times 2 is 2 plus 16, which is 18. And we are looking for what? Hydrogen in Z. So you now have 2 over 18. 2 over 18, let's get to the simplest fraction. You're going to give us 2 divided itself 1. 2 divided by 18 will give us what? 9. Then to convert this simple fraction to decimal point, that means you're going to have 0.1111. Then what are you going to do? This of hydrogen, you're going to use to multiply with 0.692 gram of water. So you multiply this with what? 0.692 gram of water. It was 0.077 gram of what? Of hydrogen. Then let's go for mass of carbon in Z. Mass of carbon in Z equals to, okay, the atomic mass of carbon is 12. Oxygen is 16. 16 times 2 is 32 plus 12. That is 44. 12 over what? 44, because the mass of carbon is 44. So what are you going to do? We are going to look at the greatest common division of 12 and 44. That is the factors of 12 and what? 44. Like factors of 12, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. Then for 44, we have 1, 2, 4, 11, 22, and 44. So looking at these two figures, that means we are going to look at the largest common factors, which is 4. So we are going to use 4 to divide 12 and 44. Divide by, both are going to divide with what? 4. So 12 divided by 4 will give you 3. 44 divided by 4 will give you 12. So you can still go ahead and find the simplest fraction, like, which is what? 3 divided itself will give you 1. 3 divided by 12 will give you 4. Then you convert to decimal point. That means you're going to have 0.2727 multiply by the number of this gram of carbon 4 oxide, which is what? 3.385. So it's going to give us what? 0.923 gram. Okay, now that is where you now move into the word empirical formula. What is empirical formula? Empirical formula is the simplest formula that determines the percentage composition of the qualitative word analysis. Now, after getting this empirical formula, you need to go and get the what? The molecular of what? Z. That is the molecular formula. And molecular formula give more information about the empirical formula. And it's telling us the actual number of that element in the particular what? Compound. Why the structural formula gives more information about the molecular formula, but it's telling us the arrangement of that element in that compound. Okay, let's go with the empirical formula. This is for carbon and this is for hydrogen. You are going to divide with the atomic mass. So for carbon is 0.923 divided by what? 12. For hydrogen, 0.077 divided by 1. So what you're going to write, divide by the what? Atomic mass. So this divide with this. So when you divide this, you are going to arrive at what? 0.077. Then 0.077 divided by 1 will give you 0.077. So what are you going to do next? You divide by the smallest number. Divide by the smallest number. If you look at this, the smallest number is this and sometimes is this. That means they're the same thing. So that means you're going to have 0.077 divided by 0.077. 0.077 divided by 0.077. So when you divide this, you find out that you're going to have 1. This one will also give us 1. That means the empirical formula here is what? CH. Empirical formula is what? CH. So the next thing we are going to do is to solve for molecular formula. Like I said, molecular formula gives more information about the empirical formula. And it's saying us the actual number of elements in that particular what? Compound. So the formula for calculating molecular formula is empirical formula X equals to what? N. So that means we are going to have our CH S equals to what? N. Atomic mass of carbon is 12. 12 plus that of hydrogen is 1, bracket X, equals to the molecular mass on combustion is 78. So it's going to equate it to what? 78. So what are we going to do? 12 plus 1 will give us what? 13x equals to 70 what? 8. The x, the subject of the formula, x equals to 78 over 13. X now give us 13 goes divide itself will give us 1. Divide by 78 will give us 6. That means x equals to what? 6. So you are going to use this 6 to multiply it with the number that you have in the empirical formula. 6 times this 1 carbon will give us what? 6 carbon. 6 times 1 hydrogen will give us 6 hydrogen. This is the what? Molecular formula. Look at the structural formula. Because we have C6 and H6, that means we have C and when you look at this, how many hydrogen do we have? We have 6 hydrogen. Now, if you look at it, you find out that it's not balanced. The number of bond attached to this carbon is what? Is 3. It's supposed to be what? 4. So you make it 4. When you check all of them, now the number of bond attached to each carbon is 4. That is why, because carbon is a tetravalent, it must be what? 4. And if you want to name this, find out that this compound is what? Benzene. A special aromatic what? Compound. Thanks.